When you think of Bonanza, the iconic Western that shaped television history, you can't forget the Cartwright brothers. Adam and Haas, two polar opposites. Adam was the educated architect with a sharp wit, while Haas was the big-hearted gentle giant. Off-screen, their actors, Pernell Roberts and Dan Blocker, were just as different. Pernell Roberts was a theater-trained actor, known for his intensity and outspoken views. He often criticized the show and felt it lacked depth. Dan Blocker, on the other hand, embraced his role as Haas, despite not enjoying the fame it brought. He preferred a quieter life, far removed from the Hollywood spotlight. Their paths diverged even further after Blocker's untimely death in 1972 at just 43 years old. Fans were devastated. Blocker had been the heart of Bonanza. But when the cast gathered to say goodbye, one absence stood out. Pernell Roberts did not attend Dan Blocker's funeral. This decision sparked endless speculation. Why didn't he go? Was it bitterness, grief, or something deeper? Before answering, let's look at their lives before Bonanza. Pernell Roberts' journey began in the theater. His love for the stage started in 1949 and quickly flourished. He performed Shakespeare, won awards, and earned respect for his versatility. Television and film came calling, but Roberts always remained passionate about meaningful roles. Dan Blocker's journey was entirely different. A gentle soul in a giant frame, Blocker served as an infantry sergeant during the Korean War, earning a Purple Heart. After the war, he dabbled in acting, often playing rugged yet warm-hearted characters. His talent for blending strength with vulnerability eventually led him to Haas Cartwright. When Bonanza premiered in 1959, it became a phenomenon. The Cartwrights weren't just cowboys, they represented family values and morality. Roberts' Adam brought intelligence and structure, while Blocker's Haas was the emotional core. But Roberts struggled with his role. He called Bonanza junk television, criticizing its simplicity and lack of social commentary. He resented Adam's dependency on his father and felt stifled as an actor. By 1965, he had enough. Roberts left the show, leaving his character's absence loosely explained. Blocker, however, stayed. He thrived as Haas, bringing humor and kindness to every scene. Fans adored him, and he cherished his work despite his discomfort with fame. In 1970, Blocker moved his family to Switzerland, seeking peace away from the Hollywood limelight. Then, tragedy struck. In 1972, Blocker died unexpectedly from a pulmonary embolism following gallbladder surgery. His death shocked the world. Bonanza made television history by addressing his absence directly. Haas' death was felt deeply by viewers and the cast alike. But Roberts' absence from the funeral drew attention. Some believe it was tied to his disdain for Bonanza. After leaving, Roberts distanced himself from the show and its cast, frustrated by how it limited his career. Others point to his deeply private nature. Roberts avoided public displays of emotion and may have preferred to grieve privately, away from the spotlight. Roberts' personality also played a role. Introspective and brooding, he had a unique way of processing loss. Years later, he referred to himself as Pernell, the last one, acknowledging the strange reality of outliving his co-stars. Despite the speculation, Roberts spoke warmly of Blocker in later years. He described him as kind and generous, someone who was impossible not to like. While they weren't close friends, Roberts respected Blocker and valued their time on Bonanza. Blocker's funeral became the subject of odd rumors, like claims he was buried in a piano box due to his size. In reality, it was a simple family ceremony in Texas, reflecting Blocker's humble nature. For Bonanza, Blocker's death marked the beginning of the end. The show struggled without him, and its final season in 1973 was the least successful. Fans missed Haas' warmth, and so did the cast. Ultimately, Roberts' absence at the funeral wasn't about bitterness or a lack of respect. It likely reflected his personal struggles and his way of handling loss. Pernell Roberts and Dan Blocker may have been very different, but together, they helped create a television legacy that endures to this day. So, was Roberts' decision to skip the funeral controversial? Perhaps. But it also reminds us that grief is deeply personal, and not everyone says goodbye in the same way.